Hey guys, if we reach 1,000 likes, we'll be giving out 2 of our new shirts. All you gotta do is click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Oh my, we all love laughing at Spike's pain. It's so much fun to see others in pain when it's not us. And boy, does this show give us no shortage of him just getting hit, whacked, smacked, and everything in between. But did we ever stop to think, maybe Spike's story isn't just a lovable punching bag, but something more nefarious? Now, Spike's story is an interesting one, you see. Spike's life started as being a pawn for Celestia to gauge the skill of her students. He is a poached egg whose history is never brought up or the ethics contested. Keeping a dragon egg away from his mother or any other suitable dragon female should be something that is a high priority to talk about. What are the ramifications of this? Will a dragon be able to survive away from its mother during its early years? But no one ever talks about that. From the very start, he is seen not as a human, but as an object. Or maybe not as a pony, I should say. He's forced to hatch. And I say forced because if he was to naturally be hatched, why would they need external magic? From what we've seen, dragons don't have any obvious external magic like ponies. Perhaps it's their flame that hatches the dragons, but then wouldn't the test just show who was the best at pyromancy? Not necessarily who was the strongest magical user. Someone could be very well versed in a multitude of skills, but be lacking in specifically pyromancy. And if the test is known in advance, wouldn't students just simply study for pyromancy, therefore really skewing your test pool? It seems that Celestia is using Spike as a conduit for raw magical input. After Twilight is chosen, Celestia as well just gives Spike to a small child to care for as a pet, not as a brother, not as an equal, but as a pet, further dehumanizing him. Or like I said, deponenizing him. Anyways, that's where the story ends, right? Spike's a pet. I mean, I have pets. I love my dogs. Most of us treat our dogs like they're family. Heck, for most of us, they are family. I mean, it's not like the vast majority of humans just hate and abuse their pets. And you'd be right. But that's not where the story ends. No, that's just where it begins. Spike isn't just a pet. He's put to work as Twilight's #1 assistant. Yes, she dresses up the title, but essentially Spike is a live-in maid, subservient to Twilight Sparkle in every way, cleaning her dishes, sweeping, organizing her books, and of course taking her letters. Heck, he doesn't even get his own bed for the majority of the show. He's stuck sharing the same room in a small basket for most of the time. Most ponies even let their dogs sleep in their bed. Heck, some people can't go to sleep without them. Not to mention, like, he's only a few years younger than Twilight, so it must get pretty weird. Actually, speaking of his age, that's probably the biggest problem. He's often referred to as a baby dragon, but we see that's just not true. Spike shouldn't be as small as he is. There are teen dragons, but he's kept small by not allowing to have a horde. Yes, you can get over possessive. Perhaps that's due to the disassociation with other dragons, never having contact with any of them but later in his life. We see Ember and other dragons are perfectly able to control their actions. They even have a hierarchy and council set up for their society. He's with a princess in a castle now, and yet he has no horde to speak of. He's given only what he needs to live, and the rest are used in dresses. In a world so abundant with gems and friends like Rarity, whose abilities to find gems are not matched by anyone else, you'd think he'd have just enough of a horde to be appropriate for his age. With all this, it would be safe to say he's a slave. He's clearly being mistreated, and there's totally a case to be made that this is just emotional and physical abuse. Except Spike seems happy. He's laughed with these ponies. He's cried with them. He's shared in the good and the bad. And he's even chosen the ponies over the dragons. So this begs the question, Can someone still be a slave if they don't know they are? If all they've known is servitude, is it fair to ask about freedom? Are chains still chains, even when painted gold? These are questions that I don't have the answer to. Obviously, the show writers aren't writing Spike as a slave. They don't intend for him to be a slave. But if we look at it critically, he is a servant. He is beneath ponies, and he is treated as such. You can gussy up the titles all you want, but he was taken from his mother. He was kept away from other dragons, and he was used as a pawn for Celestia's means. But he's happy. And is that truly all that matters? Should a person be free, even if they'd rather be a slave? Let me know down below. As always, I've been Faith or Moliminous. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Hey there guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you're interested in getting some merch, visit our TeePublic store. And if you really love us, be sure to check out our Patreon where you can get some awesome perks for supporting the channel.